Okay, so I'm going to update the record pillow as I talk to you guys. In the first top 10 matchup of the Big Ten season, my Ohio State Buckeyes took down the number 9 Indiana Hoosiers 42-35. And I do got to tell you, this was a game that I thought was going to be tricky. It was a game that I thought was going to take a lot from both sides. And I'm going to be honest with you, I'll talk about this more later, but I feel like Ohio State could have played better than what they did. I was satisfied with our performance, but I wasn't too happy. But alas, a win is a win. We got the dub. Let's break down this game. What's up, Tailgaters? My name is Tailgate Nate. Welcome back to my channel. Today is another Ohio State fan reaction, and today I'm going to be reacting to the top 10 matchup we had against Indiana. Before I do break down this game, I'll break it down a little shorter in my video later tonight. But I just want to say Indiana is legit. Indiana, a lot of people came into this game. Ohio State's there by 20.5 points. It was a huge line. Everyone was picking Ohio State to win. No one gave Indiana a shot. Indiana was a team coming into the season that was highly underrated and overlooked, and they showed up in this game. Tom Allen's squad fought and fought and fought, and I give Indiana all the credit in the entire world, but Ohio State also did not play their best football. So let's go ahead and break down this game, and I'll tell you my thoughts. So Ohio State wins the coin toss, and we decide to get the ball to start the second half as per usual. So Indiana comes out. They can't really do a whole lot. There are a couple of nice passes from Michael. How about Ty Freifogel in this game? I mean, when Watt Fillier isn't working, they can go to Ty Freifogel, and then if not, they can go to Miles Marshall. Peyton Hendershot wasn't used a whole lot in this game, but Ty Freifogel, what a player he is. He is one of the best wide receivers in college football, in my opinion. After watching him for an entire game, he is so good. Couple nice passes to him, but they can't really get anything going. Jonathan Cooper gets the sack on Michael Penix to force Indiana to punt. On Ohio State's next drive, Justin Fields goes down the field, 65 yards to Garrett Wilson, and then a 10-yard touchdown pass to Garrett Wilson right out of the gate. It's a two-play, 75-yard drive that took 33 seconds, and Ohio State is already up 7-0. Indiana goes to punt, and then something unusual happens. Justin Fields, while trying to escape from the pocket, throws an interception. His first interception of the season. It was a very ill-advised throw. I have no idea why he was trying to throw it. But as you'll find out later, Justin Fields did not have his best game. He didn't have a great game. It was probably Justin Fields' worst game of his career. And Ohio State still ended up winning. I can't imagine what the score would have been if Justin Fields would have just played better. But we will find that out later. So that's the first play of that next drive. Then Indiana turns the ball over on downs. They tried to go for it on 4th and 2 at the Ohio State 36-yard line, just out of field goal range, but not far enough back to where you want to punt. So they try to go for it on downs, and they fail. Ohio State doesn't do anything better. We get an unnecessary roughness penalty, and we can't move the ball forward, so Drew Chrisman has to punt it away. Indiana punts next, and then Justin Fields throws another interception. Again, it was trying to just force a throw to Garrett Wilson, or excuse me, it was Chris Olave towards the sideline. He had nowhere to go, so he just kind of threw it up, didn't even try to throw it away, tried to force a throw. The ball got bobbled around in the air and eventually was caught for an interception by Jerome Johnson. So already he has 2 interceptions in this game, and it's not even the end of the first quarter yet. So Justin Fields really, this was adversity time for Justin Fields. Up to this point, I think he was like 3 of 8 with a touchdown and 2 picks. So I sat there wondering, especially my mom and my dad, and were wondering what's happening? What is Justin Fields doing? Why are you trying to force these throws? I don't have a good explanation for you. I just think he was trying too hard. I think he was trying too hard to prove to the country that Ohio State is more than capable of beating a top 10 team, so that they can get into the playoff with ease. So I just think Justin Fields tried too hard, again, as you're going to find out later. Punt and punt were the last two drives, and in the middle of that last drive, Ohio State, again, punts it away. That takes us to the end of the first quarter with the score 7-0. Pretty uneventful except for Justin Fields just being off. You also feel Indiana wasn't on their game either, which would change on their first drive of the second quarter. They go down the field. Whop Phillier catches a 4-yard touchdown pass. Excuse me. And all of a sudden, the game is tied. It was a big pass down the field to Miles Marshall that really set it up. It was 1st and goal at the 3. Stevie Scott ran for a yard, and of course, then Whop Phillier gets in. The next drive, what does Ohio State do? They retaliate. This was a heavy dose of Master Teague. He had a 41-yard touchdown run into the end zone. That made it set 14-7. The next drive, Indiana punts. And then the next drive, it was a dose of Trey Sermon. And then you could feel Justin Fields kind of get his groove back a little bit. You could feel it like getting back. He was making some better throws, and Master Teague gets into the end zone. Again, Justin Fields even used his legs in this drive on a 30-yard run that set up Master Teague. Now the score is 21-7. And now you're thinking, okay, Ohio State is getting some momentum, and our defense was playing well up to this point. And then what does our defense do? David Ellis fumbles the football. It's recovered by Ohio State's Baron Browning, and that is bad news for Indiana. They were all the way down at the 13-yard line, a pass to David Ellis for 51 yards down the field. Michael Penix made some great throws in this game. I know I talked about Ty Fryfogle, but Michael Penix was absolutely brilliant in this game as well. And then tried to hit David Ellis again, but he fumbles the ball, trying to cut upfield, and with the hit that Pete Warner gave on him, recovered by Baron Browning. And the next drive, Ohio State goes down, touchdown. This is where you can feel Justin Fields get a little more of his groove back. He was completing passes to Chris Olave, to Trey Sermon, to Garrett Wilson. Master Teague was in a little bit early on this drive as well. So Justin Fields was getting his rhythm back. He had calmed down up to this point. Justin Fields ended up running it in for a 9-yard touchdown. And now at halftime, Indiana just needs the ball. Halftime, 28-7. So you're thinking, okay, Ohio State has all the momentum. Ohio State's looking great, especially our defense. Our defense was looking really, really good. What does Ohio State do the first drive of the second half? Again, it's Justin Fields settling down, completes a pass to Garrett Wilson, a second touchdown catch of the day, and it's 35-7. So with the way Ohio State's defense has been playing, the way that Ohio State's offense had been playing then, that it seemed to be that this game was already over. Like, this game wasn't going to go anywhere. Indiana had no chance of coming back. Well, then Indiana goes 3 plays, 75 yards, a minute and a half for a touchdown. Stevie Scott run, Michael Penix pass, and then Ty Fryfogle 63 yards for the touchdown for Indiana. It's 35-14. Next drive for Ohio State. Justin Fields' 3rd interception of the game. Now, this was a weird play because it counts as an interception for Justin Fields. But when Jamar Johnson, who again picked off the football, tried to run it back, it was the rookie Julian Fleming who punched the football out. He punched the football out. It was fumbled, recovered by Ohio State. So it was like 2 turnovers, I guess. I've never really seen a play quite like it. I know there was a play where an Ohio State player stripped the ball out of a Miami player's hands, like going down the field. That was some years ago. It might have been even 2002, the national championship game, or when we played Miami back in like 2008, 2009, or whatever that year was. But I remember there was a play like that. I'd never quite seen a play like this, where the ball gets intercepted and then the person that intercepted the football fumbled the football. So it counted then as a first down for Ohio State because it was a change of possession, and Ohio State does nothing with it. So it's a punt. And then the next drive, Indiana goes 5 plays, 80 yards in 2 minutes. And again, it's Michael Penix to Ty Fryfogle. 33 yards for the touchdown. It's now 35-21. You can feel Indiana is getting back in this game. Ohio State goes down, drives down the field, and after a sack by Jamar Johnson, Ohio State cannot convert a third and 13, and Jake Seibert just barely misses a 44-yard field goal. I mean, it was so close. The one criticism I have, well, I have many, in this game. But the one criticism I have from Ohio State is our kicking game. We need to get a solid kicker, and I know Blake Hobbiel is out with a groin injury, so hopefully he can just come back this season and everything will be figured out there. But I'll talk about more on this team here in a little bit. Then Michael Penix makes a mistake. Or should I say Shaun Wade makes a really good play. This is the Shaun Wade that I have been waiting to see the entire year. Intercepts the ball. Michael Penix pass. I believe it was intended for Miles Marshall, but Shaun Wade reads it beautifully, picks it off, runs it in. It is now 42-21, and Ohio State has more momentum. Well, then Indiana goes 10 plays, 75 yards, 3 minutes and 23 seconds down the field, and it's David Ellis for the 16-yard touchdown. Just loss of Michael Penix in that drive. Indiana just couldn't get their running game going, so Michael Penix had to fill in. Ohio State punts their next possession, and then Indiana to Ty Freifogel again. 56 yards for the touchdown, his third touchdown catch on the day. 42-35. And this was in like the beginning starts of the fourth quarter. So you thought Indiana had life. Then Ohio State goes and runs out the clock, and 4th and 1 at the IU 7. They can't convert. Justin Fields just overthrows Luke Farrell. And what if Ohio State could have scored? It would have been the game-ending touchdown, more than likely. Then punt by Indiana, punt by Ohio State. And then Indiana is going down the field. This is their final try, the final hope for Indiana. They try a lateral play, and it doesn't go anywhere. Ohio State escapes with a top 10 win, 42-35. And like I said earlier, I give all credit to Indiana. Indiana seemed out of it, down 35-7, and just they came back. They took the momentum away from Ohio State and were able to run or were able to throw the ball all over our secondary. And Indiana has a great team. Indiana has an absolutely phenomenal team. But the thing that missed Indiana in this game, or the thing that Indiana missed in this game, were missed opportunities. There were so many opportunities for Indiana to get big plays, to get ahead, to get first downs. There were a lot of drop balls in that first half and just missed opportunities if you are the Indiana Hoosiers. But now, to criticize my team, I was disappointed with the Rutgers performance. I was. And I thought we played better in this game, but I was not convinced that this is a national championship winning team. Right now, I feel like if we were to get in the playoff, we would get our butt beat. The way that we're playing right now with Alabama, Notre Dame, Clemson, I think we're losing the game. Now, I know it's different because it's a championship. We're going to play harder, whatever. The way we played this game, I thought we could play better. Now, I'm not saying we played bad because overall I thought we played pretty decently. The defense was looking good. It's just Indiana's offense got going, and the defense just couldn't stop them. We stopped them in the first half, couldn't stop them in the second half. Michael Penix and Ty Freifogel are absolutely crazy. We stopped their running game. It's just that secondary was getting beat. And the offensive line had no protection for Justin Fields today. Justin Fields was feeling pressure. Indiana was bringing a lot of blitz. This is just my knee-jerk reaction right now, but I feel like Indiana played so much better than everyone expected them to, and Ohio State played so much worse than everyone expected them to. Now, I don't think we played bad necessarily, although I do agree that Justin Fields had the worst game of his career, right? 3 picks, made some just poor decisions with those 3 picks, and this was the toughest test that Ohio State has faced all year. And we came out on top, which I guess a win's a win, but I do have some criticisms about this team, and I look so that we can dominate the rest of our opponents because we only have Michigan State, Illinois, and Michigan left, and we should be heavily favored from then on. And because, well, I'm not going to spoil the video tonight, but the winner of the West, it seems like Ohio State versus that winner of that Wisconsin Northwestern game. If you watch that game, you know who I'm talking about. It seems like they're on a collision course to the Big Ten championship game unless chaos happens, which it shouldn't, because the team that won that game doesn't really have any tough test, and neither does Ohio State. So it looks like the Big Ten championship is set. Ohio State's got to run the table from here. And might I say, we got to run it convincingly. But anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. Again, your final score, the Ohio State Buckeyes 42, the Indiana Hoosiers 35. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a like. Also, do consider subscribing if you enjoyed this video or you just enjoy my content in general. Or hey, if you are new to the channel, turn on the notification bell so you do not miss an upload. And you can join Tailgate Nation. Also, please do two things for me. Leave a comment down below. You can tell me your thoughts on this game and share this video with everyone you know. I'm trying to grow the channel as big as possible. So please share this video with everyone who likes Ohio State or Big Ten football as much as you and me. Remember to play hard, but tailgate harder. I'll see all you guys later tonight with my week review. Goodbye.